Welcome, everybody. We're back. We're the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. It has been. It's always, you know what? This time of year, because we don't take any breaks unless there's like existential. Well, the only break that we take is like one of us won't be there.
Yeah.
One. But recently,
the show must go on.
But recently, we've not even been doing that. That's like existential, like, you know, you have a baby or your house burns down. Like very, very, very rarely. Jordan got molested at the mall.
Did he?
He couldn't be here that one time. By a homeless dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, anyways, this time of year, it just come back. You're excited. It's nice. Even I've had like the most busy, stressful first week of 2025. Well, second week of 2025. And it just feels good to be here, man.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
To talk games.
Talk games, talk everything.
There's been actually some interesting news with like Nvidia and stuff that I'm excited to actually talk about on the show. I don't mean to steal anything, but
Yeah, it's a new graphics card, right?
well, it's the new series they announced that's coming out the end of this month.
And I saw their robot presentation. Dude, can I just say, the minute robots drop, the humanoid robots, I am in line to get one. I don't care. I'm in line to get one. Dude, I will have
the Tesla ones.
If all it can do is wash my dishes, 20 grand, here you go.
Yeah, like chores around the house sound like a good idea.
Yeah, when you pull up to my house, I will have the most immaculate yard because I will have one that his only job
is to mow the lawn.
is to mow
and pull weeds.
Pull weeds and plant
I mean,
trees.
they kind of already have. Haven't you seen those like
little ones?
automatic lawnmowers?
I've thought about it, but then I watch videos on them, and I'm like,
I see
does
people
that
steal them all the
work?
time.
You see,
Like they just like
it?
grab it and
The paper boy's like, oh, there's one.
well, yeah, why would you? I would never put it in my front yard.
yeah, it has to be a backyard thing.
But you would put your $20,000 robot in your front yard?
Oh, that thing can fight. That thing better be able to fight back.
Well, it'll have to obey the 3 rules.
The 3 rules,
of
yeah,
robotics.
iRobot, the Will Smith laws.
And then the
do no
second
harm? What
and then
is
the
three-
second
do no harm
generation
human?
will come in and like the first generation will try and defend you, but they're so weak and losers they just get beat and you feel sad for them.
And then, yeah, you'll find them in a storage container all grouped up in the corner.
yeah,
Dude, okay.
And then Will Smith
you-
will like
okay.
save us.
Do you? We all have kids. Do you buy? Because Tiffany was like, I don't know my kids. I'm like, no way, man. I'm getting one. Are you concerned about any of robots?
Uprisings?
It would be. It would
robots.
be.
I don't know.
For me, it would be.
Strangling you in the night.
It would be no other concern than having a big dog in the house.
You just got to train it right.
Well, a robot is easier to train.
Got to make sure you. Yeah, got to make sure you download the updates.
Yeah, the dog doesn't get patch notes.
Yeah, dog doesn't get patched. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Elon Musk says, and the Nvidia has robots, and you could see these big tech companies really going for this, and because Elon Musk is right, people think that and Elon's company is going to be the first like $1 trillion. Is it trillion? He's going to be the first trillionaire. That's what it is. Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire. And he says this is like before cars were made. Like this is going to be our Ford moment in this next. Yeah, and it's true. You could see if robots can do what they're advertising or what they're saying is coming, everyone will have one.
Well, and in iRobot, everybody did have one.
Because if you don't have to clean, everyone's going to have a clean house. Dude, what about terrible parents? They just get a robot. All of a sudden, that kid that got neglected is not
now
getting
going to
neglected.
college.
You really got to watch Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
The billionaire that has his house like Jarvis be his
Be his parent.
be the parent, and he's like, "Sorry, the voice said you have to go to bed. Sorry, I'm not the bad guy here."
Dude, I'm jumping all over them though. But it'd be and for the like around around the price of a car. Are you not buying? Yeah, everyone's gonna have a car. I'm gonna have a robot. Definitely.
And then
just like you said, Spicy, just chores. All of a sudden, you never have to do a dish again in your life. You never have to clean down the counters again in your life, vacuum, mop the floor, feed the dog.
I think we're on the Wall-E timeline.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah.
Well, no. You could use that time to go get ripped.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a slushie.
Or it's a fork in the road. It's going to be a fork in the road for humanity.
What timeline are we on right
The
now?
Wall-E timeline or the
Or the iRobot?
iRobot timeline? The iRobot we'd get to fight in a cool battle led by Shia LaBeouf.
Could you think of this? by Shia LaBeouf.
Hey, he's done some weird things in life.
Shia LaBeouf,
But how he's actually pretty
respect.
decent right now. I'd follow him into a robot battle.
No, I respect Shia LaBeouf. I think he's like one of the last great actors that we've had. I think he's really good.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
he's a phenomenal actor.
And I feel like he's done with his.
Everyone are like, that dude's weird.
Well, okay,
yeah,
to
he's
be
an
fair,
actor. I expect my actors. I expect great actors to be weird asses.
Yeah, look at Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix is a weird ass.
Very.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is a happy weird ass.
Yeah.
He just wants a good time.
He seems like a good time. When he's jumping on Oprah's couch, let's do this. Yeah, like I want that guy to give me a motivational speech.
Yeah, I actually can't think of who's younger than Shia LaBeouf that is at that talent level.
Yeah, at that level, like he's at top tier level. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think
No, he's
very
done
good.
good movies. Yeah.
No, but not just good movies. Just as an actor, I've never seen a moment of Shia LaBeouf acting in any movie where it feels rote or it's like, ooh, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
You want to know what when bad actors stand out?
It's when there's bad dialogue.
When there's a good actor next to them. So
that's true.
I'm watching Silo. Have you guys watched Silo?
Man, you've been going on a huge Apple
I read the
kick.
books.
I have too, actually. You should watch. There's one called Slow Horses. It's actually really good too.
I think I watched the trailer for that.
Apple has some good shows.
Okay, I have my thoughts on Apple TV because here's what I did. I was lent versions of the show, and then I went and was like, okay, I got to see season 2 because it's coming out, and Silo season 2 is here right now. So I went and subscribed to Apple TV because I binged watched Silo season 1 and I binge watched Severance off Jordan's recommendation.
Very good.
I've watched Severance. Yeah, I've seen
and
Severance.
yours and Spicy.
Yeah, you said too.
Dude,
Yeah.
mine
Season 2
blew-
next week.
Best. Here's what I have to say about Severance. Best. What would you call that? Thriller? It's not a thriller.
Well, I was confused at first because
It's
in
like
the very
a-
first episode, when it took him about 15...
Slow burn mystery.
Like a mystery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best drama mystery, maybe.
Well, and it's also like kind of... Because Ben Stiller...
Suspense.
You know Ben
It's a
Stiller
suspense
does
drama.
it, right? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
he's the director.
So it's kind of like the opening 10 minutes of the show where he's just walking through a hallway, and it's like goes on for like 15 minutes. That was actually kind of funny.
No. I think Severance is the best drama, suspense drama, and even TV show overall that I've seen in the last decade.
The best thing
From start to end of season 1.
Yeah.
Like, remember what Heroes did for you the first time you saw it, and you're like, whoa, that's what this does.
Let's hope it doesn't
But-
follow that path.
Well, we did have a writer's strike in the middle of this one too.
Did we?
Yeah, it was like the Writers Guild. It was like, what's that, 2022, 2023?
But is that baked into season 1 or this next season?
It would be in this next season.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, uh-oh.
Because it's following the same timeline as Heroes in 2009.
Yeah, this is the
that-
same time.
Heroes is the only show where you went from like, I have to see season 2 to after season 3, you could care less if
No,
it got
not even
canceled.
that. I didn't make it through. I have only seen like the first 3 episodes of season 3, and I was so into Heroes. We had like Spicy. We lived together then. We had like watch parties. Season 2, and I remember people came over. It was like 1 episode, 2 episode, and then no one came over anymore.
But you know what Severance
Like it
is?
was terrible.
And let's hope
Of
it
course,
doesn't...
you cussed at everybody that one night.
That
And
was
then
that one.
chased them
That's
off with
probably
your
why,
shirt
because
off.
I was pissed. I was pissed.
I mean, it could have been the show, but it could have been that time of the month for you.
This was because some crazy girl wanted my juice, and I was like, no. And then she was all pissy because she still came over. Don't come over. Don't come. Why are you gonna come hang out with me?
To be
If
fair,
we're not
I mean,
dating.
yeah, it's the
You want to know who that girl
Heroes,
was? Can I
man.
tell you a story?
it's the battlefield. Don't buy our game.
Can I
When
tell
you
you
yell,
something?
"Don't come over," and people stop coming over.
This girl had red flags from the beginning.
You were there for all of this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mark was the nice guy.
living
Mark
in
Whit-
that.
Did you have to drive her home?
No, Mark witnessed.
It was a trailer park too. We were living in a trailer park. We were literally the trailer park boys.
No, Mark was the nice guy. Mark witnessed. Mark had no idea I could be mean.
I actually did, but I thought it was in like a sports context.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I
that's
have
just-
pulled you off of people
that's
in
just-
games.
That's just blind anger. I was mean to her, but she deserved it.
What episode of Heroes was
And I
it?
made her walk. I was like, go, walk home.
Oh,
go walk
man.
home.
And I had to,
Mark went and
go
picked her
chase
up
her. We're not in a good part of town.
I drove her home.
I went and picked her up and drove
So
her
you
home.
missed the episode?
No. This
is.
I think that's what
she
blew
was
up the-
in, and the direction she took, she had no idea. Like,
Yeah, I remember what you said. You went on like frontage road under the bridge, which is like,
Oh,
guys, it's
okay,
like
I know
by
which
the-
way you guys
it's like
went.
by the train tracks.
yeah, I'm your wingman, man.
yeah.
I
appreciate that.
am your goose.
I think I even distinctly.
Hey, how was
I
that-
think I even distinctly remember telling you, "Don't go pick her up."
How was that conversation taking her home? Like, what was that small talk
Oh,
like?
okay. Let me go. It was an awkward. It was just like, okay.
So where you live?
Oh, I knew where she lived. I.
No, listen to the red flag here. This is way off topic.
No, my gosh! Don't say anything.
No, listen to the red flag here. Meet this girl. This was in college. Hey, you want to go out? You want to go get dinner? Yeah, sure, okay. Okay, pick her up for dinner. On the way to dinner, hey, that's a cool ring. What is that, like from your grandma or something? No, I'm engaged.
Yeah, I remember that.
We're like,
She's honest.
what? You're what?
What?
Yeah, I'm engaged. He was like engaged in Idaho, in the next state at another college.
Did you
Okay.
tell her like, but we're going on a date?
No, I just
Well, because I think it was.
I still went to dinner, and then by the end, it's just, and she's like just talking about her plans and stuff. This is how you know it's a red flag. I took her home. We made out a little, and then I went home.
Yeah.
And a few weeks later, surprise, surprise, they were no longer engaged. And that's when she came over to our house, and I was like,
It was a wild time.
"What are you doing?"
There are so many stories.
Where was she at on the scale? Because it
And that-
sounds like
that-
No,
Yeah.
she wasn't worth a like, I have a ring, I can do what I want mode. There are levels.
It was.
There is a level where there are certain like next level superpower good looking girls
yeah.
that they have a ring on their finger and it doesn't matter because you can do whatever you
There's
want.
at that level.
Please don't leave me.
Yeah, we call them simps.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Since you guys educated me on Sims, I've used it a few times.
At work?
No, in my videos
With the HR team.
With the HRT. Are you,
You
trying
were
to get
forced
it,
to tell
Are you
them?
trying to get it stricken from the,
They
the
had to
handbook?
go through my email thread.
over on YouTube. X1 the Gamer. I can't remember. I think I called everyone Xbox Simps or something. You guys come up a lot in my videos. You know that?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we
I
have
mean,
good
we're
word.
very-
I mean, you got to stay hip with the
We
current
are a
lingo.
positive influence on your life.
I'm always like, my cousin, my brother. They said this.
They're simps.
They're total Sims, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a red flag, right? Am I wrong on that?
If
That's
a,
a red
if
flag.
a girl says yes to a date and she's engaged, that's I don't know where the flag is bigger for you or for him. Like which,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
hey,
that
hey.
living in the like that was
I mean,
a wild
like-
ride. We went, and
that was a wild.
that was a wild ride, David. That was.
I look back. I don't know. I would be up till like 2 or 3 in the morning.
No, we would go freeboarding down the mountain. Remember,
with like no helmet on.
with
dude.
no helmet, and we did that because there was no traffic. So what?
but
what
with but on concrete, flying down that mountain.
So what freeboarding is? If you guys, it's like longboarding with
It's like
shopping
snowboarding.
cart
It's-
wheels in the middle.
It's it's snowboarding.
on the street. Didn't they
It's
invent it in
supposed
San
to
Francisco?
simulate snowboarding for the road.
on asphalt.
And just like in snowboarding, how you can catch an edge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I ever freeboarded, I had a kid coming up a turn in front of me, and I had to bail to get out of the way because I was gonna die.
Yeah.
And the whole side of my leg it was like a motorcycle accident. Like I got jacked up.
Dude.
You remember when that cop? Do you remember the cop that at 2 a.m. we're getting ready to freeboard down the mountain, and he's all, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just freeboarding." And he's like, "How old are you?" And we're like, 20. I think we were 22.
20 something.
Yeah, 20s. And he's like, "Oh, What do you guys got there?
Yeah, like the entire. Oh, you're not annoying. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're not under 18. You know, I think cops treat kids
Oh yeah, that's true.
a little differently.
Is there technically like a curfew for age?
Probably.
I think the park closes at 10.
But we lived in a trailer park. We were cool.
We're cool.
Oh man, if you guys maybe I know we're broadcasting late tonight, so we probably won't have an after show. But next week we can tell at the post show. Let's tell some stories. I got some stories of David that are good. By the way, I found a whole bunch of like music videos that we made.
I remember when I
that's
first moved up here, because you had moved out, Mark, and then I moved in with David.
How did that go?
Well, it was it started out the same way it went with you. He convinced me to go buy it, which was a great decision, by the way. We went and bought an Xbox, and then we played Battlefield for like 5 weeks. Oh no,
David is that guy.
No, remember?
Very persuasive.
We went and bought an Xbox, and we played Halo duos for like the first 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and we got good.
Yeah.
And then we all played Call of Duty and Battlefield and everything.
I still remember.
Because remember Battlefield, you were like homesick with something, weren't you? And you were like, go buy it for me.
Yeah, those were the bad.
Yeah.
And then we all just,
I
and then
remember
that was
that.
Bad Company. We just played Bad
Company 2.
1 and 2 because we played both of them.
That was so.
But remember,
Living-
like you would just, I don't know who it was one of you, but you would just like shoot your grenade launcher through the middle of the map and just like run through
That was
it.
me.
Yeah, because you were just able to destroy it.
I remember that exact map. It was the map that was linear, one path, and it goes just goes straight up the hill.
That was a fun game. And then I'll never forget, I bought Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
And David took it and played it for like 3 weeks. I never played it. Like I never played my own copy of Dragon Age Origins. You remember that?
Yeah, that's a good game. That was a time of Red Dead Redemption OG.
Yeah.
That time slept.
Yeah. That was back when we still went to like midnight releases.
Oh yeah.
Because we did midnight for
What
Red
is
Dead.
the last midnight release you
Was
went
it
to?
Red Dead? Because we all went to
So-
Red Dead.
No,
Yeah,
it was. I mean, we went to the.
I went to Titanfall. Didn't we go to Titanfall
We went to
2?
Xbox.
Oh, you went to Xbox. Yeah, because David
Xbox
almost started a
launch.
fight.
Oh, he almost
that-
started a revolution. A
revolution,
That's
yeah.
much different.
Yeah, and actually,
much more politically driven.
I will say I was on your side this time because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like.
Like Microsoft, you get a bad rap because of this.
But it's whoever's in charge of that store. Just make the decision. Like it was
So-
all people that weren't making a decision.
Context. It was the Xbox One launch. We went to the Microsoft store in Salt Lake, which is,
no
close-
longer there.
It's no longer there. Yeah, probably because of David's uprising. But they basically botched the thing.
it was terrible.
Well, no.
It was taking.
The problem wasn't the line. The problem was that
how they distributed everything.
and they put it in a bag for us
And then they had to go find
and
the
put
bag.
it in the back room. And that's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So that when the launch comes,
It was-
the impression is,
Yeah.
so that when the launch comes, you just walk up and grab it, and you don't got to wait in line with all these peons.
Yeah, it was, and the
Well, those
prepaid line
peons
was
were your
taking
soldiers.
The prepaid line was taking longer than the regular line, if they were still boxes, because
They had to go back.
they had to go back and check what everything, and it was actually quite a mess. And David's sitting there, getting louder and louder, almost standing on the
You're
table.
telling me.
And it's cold outside.
remember-
Yeah, because it was during the winter.
I remember I was like, I asked the manager, right? Or someone, hey, can I help you?
It was
Someone
just
was
the poor guy.
Someone was offering help.
But then I remember there was like a lady that put her fist up at like yes,
She's like,
and then
"Yes!"
everybody was kind of like yeah, and then, like there was
a few people slapped me on the back.
there was
There's some back
You
slaps.
almost started a revolution when it came to the Xbox One launch.
One day I will.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe with your new launch? What's the launch? The rumor mill of 2026.
Amazon Prime.
It's not Amazon. It's the Microsoft Prime.
I heard a rumor that the next generation of Xbox, 10 terabytes of storage. Can you imagine? No, I heard a rumor. Take that to the bank.
It's a petabyte.
I'm a source.
Petabyte.
I'm an insider, baby. I'm an
yeah, the next
insider.
Xbox has a petabyte of
Is that what it's called? 10?
petabyte. Petabyte. I think it's a petabyte.
Penta's 10, yeah.
That's
I just wanna say
That's a lot of
I
bytes.
just want to say pentabyte.
Is it petabyte? I can't read. It's the one with the P.
That's hard. It's hard to say. Speaking of Nvidia graphics cards,
Let's go on the show. We have been broadcasting for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, tune in next week. We don't have an after show this week. Next week we'll have an after show. I have another engagement story similar to the one. Okay. This one will blow your mind even more. This one, this girl was pretty close to the superpower status.
No, it was.
Yeah.
I have, and with that story, I will tell you about the Killers concert we went to. You remember that?
I remember that.
It was at Saltaire.
Oh yeah.
And
Fun fact: Tiffany was at that concert.
yeah, that was
Hopefully she wasn't the one that.
Passed along my.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I will
wasn't
tell
even
you
there.
that story next week.
That was disgusting.
It is a phenomenal story with how easily David's a light switch. He's turned on and turned off that fast.
It's not hard.
Especially at a Killers
If
concert.
you just turn around and start kissing me, okay. I don't even know who you are, but okay.
Man,
Sure. We're here. Why not?
yeah.
Do you remember what song it was?
I'm not
Mr. Brightside?
But it might have been Mr. Brightside. It was an uppity one, so it could have been Mr. Brightside. Also,
the Killers are good, man.
Killers are
I
way
miss
good.
the Killers.
Brandon Flowers, yeah, he's
a
legit.
resident in Vegas now. Like that's where he does his show there.
Yeah. Well, that's where the band's that's where they started.
Oh, they're Vegas. That's right.
They're from Vegas, which when they were starting, that was like should we move to LA, or Seattle or something like that. No, they chose to stay in Vegas and they still made it.
Smart move.
And it was because that they released their music in the UK first.
Oh yeah, they were like big in Europe.
Yeah.
They built up.
Yeah. Which was really it was actually a smart move.
Fun fact: Mark's a music guy. Everybody, he loves music.
I love music so much.
I'm a podcast guy. I never listen to music. I listen to music when I go to the gym.
I actually don't listen to podcasts, and I do a podcast.
Yeah, I all I listen to is podcasts. That's it. The spoken word, as it were.
Yeah. I like to be happy. And
I appreciate people who appreciate music though because they tell me cool stuff.
I listen to like rage music sometimes.
you like Rage?
Yeah.
I love Rage.
We go to
you're just
Jordan
like-
and he's just like some hardcore death metal screamo.
Well, it's like when you're cleaning the house and you just have some rage music on.
Yeah,
just like-
it's just calming.
It is.
F you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, you're
F
like-
you, I won't do what you tell me. Bam, 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 bam.
Well, vacuuming or something. It is really
Quite relaxing.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to that while I watch like a
I
calm.
used to respect like Rage Against the Machine, and then they became the Machine.
They kind of did. They kind of did.
The other one is Eminem.
Tom Morello.
The other one is Slim Shady. Also, like, bro, you used to be such a rebel.
Don't disrespect Eminem because he will crush us.
Will he?
Yeah, he's so. Anybody
He's
that
petty?
talks, he doesn't know who we are. I'm just saying. Anybody that he talks about,
I would love to get a hate rap from him about the XoneBros.
You go look at the history of who like slammed him, and it's like on Ocean's 11. He doesn't just go for you; he goes for your whole family. He goes for the business you work for.
That's why. Why would I get? I would be like honored if someone made up a hate rap about me.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do
with
it.
ChatGPT.
I can bring up
with ChatGPT. I could counter him in 2 seconds. I could respond with that.
No, that's no. I'm just kidding, by the way. But yeah, a lot of people have become the machine.
Yeah,
which is funny.
when you're Eminem and you get paid $1 million to go and simp for a presidential for a presidential candidate. Like, look, if you support them, great. Go do you. But you're getting paid, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean,
This is the one.
I'm reminded of that South Park episode about boy bands. And there's nothing dumb about $1 million.
It's true.
If somebody pays me $1 million,
in fairness, I would
just
simp.
tell me what platform to stand on.
I would simp for $1 million. Stand up there and say whatever you want.
I
me to
remember
say.
that. There's nothing dumb
There's
about
nothing dumb about $1 million.
What is my favorite South Park is the Christian rock band one.
Yeah,
that one is
phenomenal.
So good. So good. Miami Magpie super chat. Thank you very much for dropping it. $4.99. Going to see the Killers in Las Vegas on the 24th. Can't wait.
That is awesome. I love that band so much.
Super Shark says the David hate rap title, Petabyte. No, speaking of video cards, though.
Oh, yeah, we're back on
Jordan was living at my house for a little while here, and he just recently moved out. And while he was at my house, so first of all, Jordan takes like hour-long showers. He's notorious for it. Like I walk into where he takes a shower,
and there's mold on the walls.
No, there is water coming down the wall. Like, did we install a rain thing here? Like, what is this?
It's like a sauna type feel.
Well,
It's
I know.
insane.
I remember that was his bidet for a while.
It was, yeah, Jordan. Like, why are you in the shower? It's 1 in the afternoon. What are you doing? I just went to the. I just went number 2. So why are you in the shower? That's how I stay clean. What? Really?
Good for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
So he's notorious. He has notoriously long showers.
Multiple. So I thought, so we're like, he leaves, and the big joke was like, wait till you see this water bill. It's going to drop.
Yeah. When he moved,
I've not yet got the water bill, so who knows? That may still drop, but I doubt it can beat the drop that we just saw in our electricity bill.
Yeah, this is actually is funny because
Like,
we had no idea. Like
I had
we
no idea.
joke about it.
Yeah. I thought, so you could see, when Jordan moves in, you could see the chart. If you could see oh, there you go. You could see it like slowly climb. It's like this gradual slope up. And then there's a point where it just goes straight up and levels off and then stays there. And then when he moves out, it just whoosh.
the power bill.
Through
We're
the
talking
floor,
about
the power bill.
The power bill.
Through the floor when he moves out. And
what did that spike correspond with?
with your graphic, when you purchased your graphics card.
The 40,
The 4080?
Dude,
Yeah.
that thing. And you said in your new place.
Yeah, well, okay, so my new place has basically the only gas I have is the furnace and the stove.
Yeah.
Everything else is electric. So I got my first water bill and I was like, oh, geez, the water's, or sorry, I got my first electric bill and it was high. And I was like, oh, it's super. I'm getting like super pissed at the electric water because I deal with that with work a lot. And I'm like,
The electric water.
yeah, because gas is cheaper. So it's like, why,
Yeah,
So
why go
anyway,
electric?
So yeah, so I'm getting all mad.
It's more environmental.
But no, it's not. Not to my wallet. It's not.
To my wallet.
So, but so anyway, I thought it was the water heater, and then you told me that story, and I'm like, oh,
Dude, I bet
Maybe I should
'cause
turn off my
did you-
computer.
do you ever turn on? You never turn off your computer.
like it's on right now. I'm gonna go home and turn it off.
Yeah, that.
So I'm only gonna turn it on strictly when I'm playing a game.
because you joke about how
Or
big
I'll have
that
to
thing
upgrade to
is
the new
and how
50
like
series.
much like how much did you have to upgrade your power supply for that thing? Did you
I
have
think
to
you
upgrade
at
it?
least have. It was like a minimum. You had to have like an 850
He had
watt.
an 850, but he upgraded it to was it 1,000 or an 1,100?
Oh yeah, because what I did is I didn't think I had an 850 watt,
Yeah.
and 850 is what it
He
needs.
got the
I-
big boy.
I just got a big boy one. It turns out I didn't need to get that one, but
you kind of did. I mean,
but
the
Mark was there and it was like,
850
yeah, well, we have it now.
the 850 would have
It would have
done
been on the line.
But yeah, you just
Yeah,
anyway, so that's so funny that your electric bill just dropped.
Also, what correlates with that is my Deco I use as my mesh, TP-Link Deco. And so it tracks all things. And same thing, the amount of online device. Jordan is like 3 households.
that was that
For your
one.
internet
I'm aware of
traffic?
that one. I do download and use the internet a lot.
Like
Sometimes I download a game just because I can.
my internet usage is just like. Well, here's the thing. Never had any internet problems. I mean, this benefited me though, because now I'm getting way more for actually less than I was paying.
Yeah, it was,
like
yeah.
way more for less. Jordan moves in, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the day, I can't work. What is?
Yeah, weren't
I
you in
can't
like a
even-
meeting and your
I can't
camera
even
was
send
going-
an email. What is happening here?
You had to,
I
like-
go in, and it's just like my thing is like at 1, is not passing, struggling to pass. And I go in, and it's because Jordan has freaking Steam open, and
because
it's just
what I
like layers of stuff downloading.
Got to download his games.
Yeah, well, because
And then it would happen repeatedly. And so finally, I just looked it up, and luckily, we had like a new service in our area, and so I got like
a gig up and down,
gig up and down for cheaper than what I was paying for like
no problems.
not even half that. I think it was like a quarter that. I think I was going 100 up and down.
Well, I remember Mark was trying to help because he was like, "Oh, don't you know you can throttle Steam?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Just don't
God,
care.
why would I do that?
You were hogging the blanket, so to speak, the internet blanket.
I needed to play this game by tonight.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, the amount of times David came in, I would come home and my computer was turned off.
I was turning off. Or one time, he had like his laptop open.
Yeah, and you're like-
and I turn off the computer, and it's still like cranking. I'm
I
like,
think you even went into Steam,
And so I went
changed-
into his Steam, and I changed
I
it
remember
myself.
thinking, "Wait a minute, this isn't right."
Not working.
That's funny. Well, did you, in your mesh system, you can throttle people. You can throttle them
didn't-
within that.
Can you?
I think you can. Well, I don't know if you can. Can't you like turn them on and off?
Yeah, I can turn them on and off. I don't know that I can set limits.
You can
I?
set limits. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't need it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now it's not. Now it's. There's no point.
Yeah, no, I don't
Because you're not going to have somebody downloading.
Because I remember, I'm like, why am I
petabytes of
downloading
data.
so slow? And I went in and checked it, and you like limited it to something way low. It was
I'm
like
like-
5 megs or
I'm
something.
like,
Like,
yeah,
it was
super
so
low.
low. I was like-
It was like 5 days to download a game.
and I remember I just laughed because I was like, that's funny. And then I like turned it off.
Yeah, dude. So what's the new graphics card from Nvidia?
It's the 50 series.
Yeah.
So
70, 80, 90, right? Something like
Yeah.
that. 70, or was it 70, 70 Ti, 80,
the
90?
the 5070, the 5080, the 5090. The 5090 is coming out January 30th. I think they all are.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things is the 50. Jordan, you're gonna love
That's,
this.
well, no. I the 5070 is, I almost don't trust it until I see it.
No, it's the reason
Yeah,
you don't trust it is because they're using AI to duplicate frames. So
Yeah.
so you have the
And to do like their resolution and everything. It's crazy what they're doing.
in the Nvidia presentation, they announced that the 5070 is going to have the same power essentially as the 4080, which is Jordan's three-house power supply.
Now tell them how much the 5070 costs.
$549.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Which is funny. So that's like, I mean, every time Jordan buys a device,
So it's like
or
half the price?
No, it was a third of the price.
Third of the price, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, but the thing is,
Even the 4090
I should pull.
is actually
you know
not
what?
priced, or sorry, the new
I'm gonna pull
5090
up.
is actually not priced. I mean, it's definitely a enthusiast card, but it's not priced as high as I thought it would be. So the 4090, the top dog, is $2,000. But right now, the top dog is what? 1,600 almost or something like that? So, I mean, it's not that much more expensive.
So-
and you're actually getting a
Okay.
huge...
But are we plateauing here, or is this like a genuine leap forward?
No, this
So
is
here, I'm going to
so
show you. Let's pull this up. I'll pull up the
From
browser.
what I've seen, the new 5090 is double the power, like double, like it is quite a leap forward.
So we're on the,
From the 40.
Nvidia website right here.
Okay.
So actually, does it show price points on this?
You want to know what that price point affects? Number one, cloud streaming. Like that's going to make it. That's going to make it scalable and doable.
Well, that 5070 at $500 just opened
There's
a
the
whole new door to casual PC gamer. Like that is a huge. That is going to be their top selling card.
So wait, what is the equivalent? What is that equivalent of right now?
The 5070, they are saying with their AI scaling and everything, is equivalent to the 4080 or the 4090.
the
And
4080, and I'll pull that up. It actually shows it on this screen. Sorry, I'm looking for it.
And I will admit, the cards are slick.
Here, let's go up to the actual benchmark so you see here. So what's interesting though is how they worded it in the presentation is they said that the performance needs to essentially use their AI system
Correct.
in order to get that. Which means that they're going to, I think it's called DLSS, which is their system
isn't it,
for artificially creating frames within the input that the card renders.
Yeah, isn't it like deep learning super sampling?
So Ghastly
something like that.
Gamer says on par with the 4090, not the 4080.
On par with the 4090. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So on par with the 4090. This is an interesting set of information we have on screen right now. We're looking at the performance chart. Specific games have that ability to render the duplicate frames. The new series is going to be able to duplicate up to 4x. So basically, the graphic card renders a frame in a game. When it renders the frame, it will duplicate 3 other frames.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, and then it'll hit another one. What this does is it's going to look very smooth, and they show the numbers like if the game has 80 frames, it's going to jump up to 250 frames. So buttery smooth. However, the problem that arises with that is your input it's going to feel still like it's 80. And the reason it's going to feel like it's 80 is because your input, you press W, you press A, you press D, click the mouse or whatever.
It's faster than it can render?
Well, the only time you're inputting it is on that first frame. If you're inputting it at the other frames, nothing's going to change. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because because the way they described it is it's predicting the next 3 frames.
Correct. So it's going to look like 240 frames, but it's still going to feel like 80. If that makes sense. So it almost is kind of, I don't want to say disingenuous. It's definitely marketing speak, and they're saying that the new cards, like the 5070 being the same power as the 4090, is not necessarily true because it's using AI to make those frames exist.
So it's not hard. It's not the hardware doing it. It's the software doing it.
Correct. It's yes. And, well, I mean, the hardware is able to use AI better than other cards. You know, it's their technology that's doing it.
Yeah. It shows you, so you can start to see with this announcement. So the reason these announcements are coming out is because it's CES this week in Vegas, and Sarah Bond. The thing is, Sarah Bond has stuck to and has repeated multiple times for Xbox that they actually now have a VP of Next Generation as a title, as one of the dudes, I forget his name, VP of Next Generation. But they've said that this Xbox, the Xbox Series X that we're in, and the next one launching in the next year or two probably, that they want it to be the biggest generational leap that we've ever seen. This kind of gives you insight into how they're going to do that.
But see,
this combined with 10 terabytes of storage is probably going to be what happens.
But see, this chart actually gives us more information than I think Nvidia wants us to see. And the reason I say that is only specific games have access to that 4X DLSS tech.
Yeah, so Cyberpunk, Alan Wake, Black Myth.
Correct. Those ones definitely have it. But if you look at Far Cry 6 on the left right here, it's a 30% increase, maybe 25, which is on par with other generational
well, and that's on
progression.
The 5090. Click it over to the 5070.
It's the, I mean, it's
so
the
same. Yeah, same.
So what this chart, I'm actually glad Nvidia put that game on there specifically because it shows a game that does not have that tech available.
Yeah, because that's just ray tracing, right?
No, this is the. I mean, I can't read
because they have what's
ray
on.
tracing,
so RT.
DLSS
So Far
RT.
Cry 6 is the only one with ray tracing.
This is it's.
No, it's not.
Well, no, sorry, the only one that only has ray tracing. It doesn't have DLSS.
This is correct. This is the benchmark of how the card performs on these given games.
Thing is, Cyberpunk and Alan Wake and Black Myth, all three of those full ray tracing. And here's the performance settings. Underneath it says relative performance. So these are all 4K max settings.
Okay, so what I'm getting at is in without the marketing, without the AI increase in power that we're seeing that's generated frames, it's not nearly as powerful as they are saying. And there is an issue with having the input as an 80 frame but showing 260 frames. Or higher. You know what I mean? Because
it looks smooth.
It looks smoother, but actually the power is on par with this. And
would it feel like input lag or no? It would just feel like a lower frame rate.
To be honest, I don't have a card.
It's hard to tell until we start see.
Correct. And from what I've read, and I mean, there's a lot more smarter tech people out there. We are starting to hit the limits of transistors in these CPUs and these GPUs, where we're getting at the atomic level of like how the electrons talk to each other, because we're in the trillions of transistors on these cards. So we're getting to the point where hardware at this given size is no longer going to be able to progress like we've experienced in the last 50 years, essentially. So we're hitting the limits of hardware as we know it. And this is probably why Nvidia wants to show this kind of marketing, the AI doubling your frames, quadrupling your frames, because if they were to show the numbers like on Far Cry to the left, does that really give them the price point of $2,000 for the new cards?
Or does it show us why Ubisoft is in trouble?
Okay.
Because Ubisoft is the only developer up there that's it's like, hey, bro, you're not. Our technology doesn't even help your game.
Well, I mean, it's an older game. Maybe they just didn't put the work in for that.
But it's still better. It still is better than the RTX 4090.
But they're showing a power increase that's not necessarily a power increase. It's it's fake frames.
Yeah,
it's AI fake frames.
Yeah, but whether you go from A to B with raw power.
No, but see, the problem is there's not input. I can pull up I can start drawing with my bad arm, but I can start drawing. You have an input at frame 1, fake frame, fake frame, fake frame, and then you're able to influence the game on frame 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's why I'm saying it feels like 80 frames because it actually is only 80 frames.
Yeah, because it can't keep up.
So even though it'll look super buttery smooth, it feels bad. Not bad. It feels like 80. So this is kind of not real.
Yeah.
But they're making it look at this generational leap.
Well, it is.
Power.
It is. Think about this though. Yes, that's all true, but also this is the worst it will ever be.
Because hardware is hitting their limitations. So
but this is a software move, and what I'm saying is this is the worst that it'll ever be. So it feels like 80 now. What does it feel like 5 years from now or 3 years from now as they get better at this side of stuff?
I feel as though the danger is not. I mean, the danger here is developers not optimizing their games like they did in the past, and we've seen that in the past. You look at systems like Super Nintendo, then it progressed in Nintendo 64, PlayStation, etc. Yep. They polished their games because they needed to. With the onslaught of all the power that they've had, its optimization has taken kind of a secondary.
No, it definitely has.
Yeah, power can be your
and this is fake power. That's what I'm. That's what I'm.
Power.
It is power.
It's powerful.
It is fake frames generated by AI, and if developers, I don't know. I think there's a danger there. Is what I'm trying to get at.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But you can see though. I still think this illustrates. You can see how Xbox may be going about, because it's like, man, what does the largest generational leap look like?
Well, if you have fake frames,
fake frame it up, baby.
It'll be
because really, in all reality, what's the difference between this generation and the Xbox One? Slight improvement on frame rate. Nothing to write.
By the way,
resolution. I mean, resolution. That was a big deal. Going from 1080 to 4K is exponentially much harder on hardware. It is a big push. That was a big push.
I almost feel, and I'm just going to say this, I almost feel like I understand 4K looks really nice, but I'm of the perspective that I think frames are much more important. So I feel like the push to 4K has almost limited consoles in the respect that they're trying to balance 4K with frames, and you need power to run 4K at 120.
Well, listen to this. Everybody knocks whatever console can't get 4K. Meanwhile, Nintendo looks at you and it's like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is Steam's latest hardware survey. It came out a few weeks ago.
Can I pull this up so people can look at it? Or are you just going to summarize it?
I'll you can pull it up, though. Just type in Steam screen resolution numbers. Here is the top 3 resolution numbers for Steam. What do you think number 1 is?
1440.
Number 1 is 1080.
I would say 1080 because of price point.
Now, what do you think the percentage of that is? What? Do you have it up?
70%?
65%, maybe?
55%. So more than half. Number 2, what do you think number 2 is?
1440.
1440 at 21%. What do you think number 3 is?
720.
No,
It's not 4K.
it's 4K.
So what percentage was that?
So 21% was 1440, 55% 1080. What percentage?
So I guess 10%.
3%. 3% of users
But do you know why?
are using 4K.
It's because
4K is taxing. Like
yeah.
it's
But
very
all
taxing.
that I'm saying is, so they make a big deal. Digital Foundry has made an entire popular YouTube channel off of resolutions, comparing what can this machine do. Meanwhile, granted, a console's different because you are playing on a 4K television.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people are? I would be interested in how many games on consoles are in performance mode.
Oh, I mean,
bet more often, a lot more than
yeah.
you think.
I literally just installed Marvel Rivals today,
Yeah.
and instantly put it into performance mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
I
going to
always put it
reduce.
in
That's going to reduce 4K on a lot of games. So all I'm saying is like, yeah, it's capable, but the survey suggests that it's not needed and not.
It's 100% not needed.
And your gaming community is 1440 and 1080.
The benefit, though, is when those numbers are pushed that far, games get better because the tech is that far.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, even real life gets better.
Yeah. Well,
When-
it's consoles pushing. It's really consoles where the focus on 4K is. It's not really on PC. If that's Steam's is not a console. That's Steam because they're PC. So they're min-maxing their setup. 1440 is the best resolution I can get with the best graphical combination, and that's 23%. Everybody else, 55%.
And then you're also talking size too. Like you don't really at a 27-inch, you really don't need 4K.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't.
It still has a question. I don't get why you go less due to stress on your PC. So, just like if you go on Amazon, and I've done this because I've looked at monitors a lot. Jordan has a really nice monitor. But when you start to look at like high-end
With his
gaming,
power bill, he's got a...
yeah, that thing was sucking power. When you look at high-end gaming monitors, and you look at here's a 4K monitor that can do 120 or 240 or whatever, and it's got all this color spectrum, whatever, and then that's $1,000. You go to a 1080, and all those same specs all of a sudden are $199 or cheaper. You go to 1440, and you're right in like the 250 to 500 range, right?
1440 is probably your best
That's why it's min-maxed.
bang for your buck.
Yeah, that's
type of
like your
thing,
min-max.
yeah.
But 1080, you can go up with the frame rates. You can push your games to those frame rates.
And I would rather have so I have a TV that can check all the boxes on the Xbox, and I will admit it's very nice. And there is a difference between, of course, 1080 and 4K and stuff, and you can see that difference, especially in some games. But I would rather have 120 frames. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because 1440 still looks good on the TV. I've always been of that. I'd rather have the frames because it makes the game actually feel better.
Now imagine if you got 120 by having 4 fake frames, and so you're actually at 30 frames.
Well, see, that's the thing. So that's why.
And it will feel like 30 frames, which is terrible.
I don't.
So-
That's why I really want to like see these cards out in the wild.
Yeah.
Because I want to see because that's like weird. Like if it says you're getting 200 frames, but you're actually feeling 60 frames, are you actually getting 200 frames? Like that's a weird.
It'll visually be smooth,
Yeah.
but so we have all talked about with a controller, it's a lot easier to play 60 frames, 30 frame games, 30 frames per second games. With the mouse and keyboard, if you play 30 frames, it's like impossible to play because you feel it in the mouse. You can feel the input changes so much more precise than a controller. So when you start having these fake frames, it probably, honestly, on a console, these numbers are probably far better. This tech is far better for a console because you do not feel the input changes as much on a controller.
Also, you can still, because there are some games that do 120 and you can really feel that 120 still. You know what I mean? Like I basically all I'm saying is I hope the new consoles can do there's a lot more games that can hit 120 easily.
Yeah.
Whereas now I don't want to say promised, but it was marketed as games can hit 120, but that's very far
Not even,
between.
not even. A lot of games now do 60, but not even. I would most.
Honestly,
games? I don't even know that. Most
what I would
games do
like,
on the
what I would
console.
like to get to, where I would like the point to be, and maybe this is what Xbox is thinking. I would like there not to have a not. I would like it so we don't have to have the choice of performance and quality. If I could just have 120 4K max, I mean, I get that that's very hard to do.
Okay.
But
All right.
if this is the biggest generational leap,
No, it won't. No, but see, they can't make the problem with Xbox making that promise when they released it is, once again, developers wanted to make cooler and better things without optimization, and so they just took that power and, you know what, we'll just do 30 frames in this game.
Here's the difference, though, with this next generational leap, and it makes total sense. Do you want to know what Xbox is going to launch with every single time? Because Xbox drops usually November, late October. Mm-hmm. It will launch day one with the latest Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And that's huge. On Game Pass.
you know what I'd
day
like to
one.
see, and I hope, me personally, I would like to see more high-end TVs and consoles have DisplayPort connections instead of HDMI,
Yeah.
just because DisplayPort is better.
You'll probably get that.
Eventually.
And one of the things I was going to say when I was talking about consoles push or gaming pushes technology is 4K TVs are now commonplace because of consoles.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Look at how
Now, 120 4K is a little bit harder to find, but hopefully we'll get to that.
Well, that's because it's expensive and it's
Speaking of televisions, the LG now, Xbox announced that LG is going to be, they're partnering with LG, same as Samsung already have, to ship with the Xbox with Game Pass.
I
built in.
saw that.
And LG, everybody, the best gaming television is the C series, in my humble opinion. I have a C2 and a C4. And I got the C4 because I got the C2 from my friend.
You bought the
I bought it from him. And then as a result, I got a C4. And as a result of that, Jordan had a little baby,
I bought the
a
C4.
big baby,
yeah.
and got a C4 as well.
And
as a
then-
result of that, Blake
Saw my TV.
had a stepchild of Did you get a Sony? Is Sony?
So he got a Sony, but it's the LG panel.
Oh, I see. Very cool. Yeah. So,
and I'm a cheap wad.
and you've not
I still
yet.
have these stupid TCLs.
Well, no, remember, Mark, you sat in my my daughter's chair, and because that's where I sat. I got a new chair now, though, just so
But
you know.
all
And
my
saw the
point
TV,
here
it's
is
good.
like-
You got to upgrade.
My point here is like good TVs with the wow factor, they make you buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought mine. I bought mine for my friend because I saw it. Then I went and got the C4. Then Jordan saw mine. He went and got himself one. Then Blake saw Jordan's. Blake went and got himself
Well, okay,
one.
I will say this. What did I tell you, David? We would play the same game.
Yeah.
And I would look at David's TV, and I it's just me, but I think the graphics increased by at least 25%.
Yeah, he would come and be like,
It was like, holy
why are your
crap.
graphics so good?
Even just playing like Diablo, comparing it from your TV to mine, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's just
Who'd have thought? Color.
You wouldn't think it. You'd be like, yeah, but it's like nominal. Like it's not that much better. No, it's that much better. Mm-hmm. And LG is my favorite now as a result. But like it's like we had babies. Like Jordan's my child. My great grandchild now is Blake's Sony television.
That has the C4 panel.
And actually, I am the child of Loyal Doyle.
yeah.
With
Yeah,
the TV.
that's who you bought the TV
Yeah.
from.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now, when Spicy gets one,
My problem is
whose child is he?
I'm a.
You
Well,
had
I live my own life.
Your Sony was top tier.
Am I the chicken or the egg? Is that what you're asking?
Wasn't your Sony out here? It was top tier. I remember when you first got it.
Yeah. I bought that in like 2010. That TV is like 13
Well,
years
I remember
old.
you came to Best Buy and you were like, whoa, I have not seen a new
I've been
TV.
out of the-
You know, yeah.
I've been out of the game a long time.
I've been out of the game for a while.
I bought that Sony back when Sony was good. They took Sony went from being the best in the business to the bottom of the pack. And I think they're now coming back up to
Did they
above
really?
average.
Because I thought their high end was always still.
Because I mean they chose to do it. They wanted to get more TVs to more people.
Oh, so they
they went from top tier to bottom tier, and now I think they're mid above right now.
I actually have another child because my father got a TV as a result as well.
Yeah.
No, see, my problem is I'm a cheapwad, man. I'm comfortable with who I am.
Dude, it changes your life.
It really does.
I know.
It changes your life.
I know.
You could never go back.
I know. And I don't know what to do with this TV.
Just put it in your garage.
Use it for, put it in your garage, hang it up in your garage.
I will take you downstairs to my storage room where I have like 15 monitors.
Dude, you should do something where you
put them all on a
tie
wall
them all
together.
together. Like, it'd be cool.
That would be super cool. But they would all be from 2014 or
That's not even that long ago.
in TV land.
But in the monitor
Yeah.
game, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
You want to know what I did with my monitors? I was going to give them to Mark, and he's like, I don't need. And we're at this point where like people are like, and I have pretty nice monitors. I threw them in the dumpster.
Yeah,
it's like
you
you
called
did.
me, didn't you?
Yeah, I
You're
called
like,
you. Yeah,
you want some monitors?
I
I'm
checked
like,
with Jordan. Jordan, you want some monitors? No. And it's like,
It's like, what do I do?
I don't need these. These were expensive. They're nice. I just threw them in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Went at midnight. To the,
I'm not a hoarder by any means, but I do enjoy my tech.
yeah.
And I don't know what to do with those monitors, and I wouldn't know what to do with this TV right here.
Dude, you could do a YouTube channel of just you with this big grand plan for your monitors. I want a room with nothing but monitors on the wall, turned on, with full control.
You remember that camera that I took apart that was right over here a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's what I do when I want to retire something. I will take it apart and see how it works.
Yeah. That is how you work.
Yeah.
You're I care how it works.
That was an old mini DV camera from like 2005. Yeah.
Anyways. Last story before we get out of here. Xbox Developer Direct is coming this month.
Yes.
Do we have a date? We do have a date now. There was not a date for a while.
23rd.
January 23rd, baby. January 23rd. We're getting Sandfall. We're getting South of Midnight on there as well. We're getting, is that Doom? That
Yeah,
we're getting?
Doom.
the Dark Ages, which is, I mean, we're all excited to have a shield spike throwing.
South of Midnight,
And-
I was not excited at all for.
Oh, no. The Sandfall is the, what is it?
Sandfall Interactive?
No, it's the Expedition 33.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Expedition 33. That
Looks interesting.
That looks interesting. That's the one, David, where
They get sent
the
up.
lady paints the number on the rock in the far
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah, that's cool.
And every time she changes the number, the people in the world of that age dies.
Yeah.
That have like if it
Or
was
they
34,
they get sent to do something. and
or
because
yeah,
of
they
the-
disappear. They go into the soul stone.
It was a really interesting.
Okay, well, it
Yeah.
better be good because you're going up against Doom Dark Ages.
I think that's the
where
one everybody's
You're
excited for,
in
'cause-
medieval times destroying demons
Riding dragons.
so
with a shield.
you know what? I'm gonna pull
with
up
a
gameplay.
motorized chainsaw shield.
I get with Expedition 33. I get Final Fantasy vibes, like hard Final Fantasy vibes.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's like kind of like action based turn combat. You know, like
Turn-based action combat.
thank you, Jordan.
Wow, that was good.
Wow, I think Jordan actually said the. I was coming up with it on my own, but there's an actual term that Jordan knows. And it reminded me here. Let me pull it up while I'm talking. It reminded me of that. It's like a 2.5D or turn-based game we just played, Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
You know how when you played Sea of Stars,
Yeah,
they
you would
have the
do-
mini games involved.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that Expedition 33 trailer. Pull that up. I guess we'll just watch the reveal trailer while we're chilling here.
Product.
Oh, okay. But I'm actually really excited for this. I'm excited for Doom 2, David. But do you remember this game when they?
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna skip ahead to like the combat. Oh yeah, this game looks really good.
It does look good.
So
You want to know what it reminds me of?
see, like, look at this. See how that says perfect and see it's obviously.
Well, and
turn-based.
I love the style,
Yeah.
like kind of that gothic.
Well, that's
style.
That's that Persona style that you're.
Well, no, like just like it's like a gothic.
No, but I'm talking about the combat. Combat style. Like,
Yeah, is that what you're gonna say? It reminds you of Persona?
yeah, that's that like Persona style
Oh, I mean,
that you
it's
just.
not a bad formula. Although,
Did you beat that game?
I am at the end,
So you're not yet.
Still,
beat it?
the ending is long.
and I got to the point where I have these relationships with games that I really, really, really like, where I don't want to beat them because then that means it's over. Although this game, I think there's like a good NG plus style to it, but I never beat Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
The reason I never
Breath
beat
of the Wild.
no, I 100%ed the game,
I wanted to like.
but I didn't kill Ganon.
I like
You
Breath.
could kill him right at the beginning too.
I know. I went there. I went there and I started the fight and then I leaned back and I said, that was fun.
Yeah, that
Because
was
if I beat the game's over.
Maybe-
I only do that with the games I really, really like.
Maybe you should go to therapy.
I know.
I wonder what does that let's ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, what does
have
that
you ever
mean?
I have ChatGPT
It's not
diagnose
all.
you?
It's only very few games.
interpret my dreams. It's fantastic.
It's not all games. It's very select. And I will say this game kind of was a lot. Like, do you remember how Jordan was with The Witcher?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like heavy. You gotta.
It's-
Well, not heavy, but just like
It's really
it
enjoyable.
takes a part of you.
It's like chocolate cake, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
One slice is great. 3 slices is good. When you eat the whole cake, you're like that kid in Matilda, and you just feel like, oh my gosh, I had too much. It's kind of like that. I didn't play many games over the break because I had surgery and I didn't have access to my right arm, and it made gaming very hard. So.
Hold on. Okay, ready?
What? That seemed like a really long explanation.
Here's the question before I read the answer here.
You have a fear of loss.
No, here's what.
Do I?
Whenever I get this is what I put. Whenever I get to the end of a long game, I find myself unable to beat it because once I beat it, the game is gone. Why am I like this?
Oh,
what
no.
did my past?
I don't want to know this.
What of my past may be causing this? So, your reluctance to finish games might stem from psychological or emotional attachments rooted in your past experiences. Here are some potential reasons: fear of loss or finality. The end of a game represents the loss of the world characters. Avoidance.
I can't
here we
argue
go.
this.
Avoidance of closure. If you've ever faced situations where closure was painful, for
This
example,
is getting too real.
for example, moving, relationships ending, or leaving behind something meaningful, you might unconsciously avoid similar feelings in your video game.
Well, I mean, this is the same reason like I like books that have long series. It's not just
Well,
a
see,
single.
mine is yeah. I like to. It becomes like this warm blanket for me. Long series because I like to be in that. I love this world. I just want to be in it.
That's why I like fantasy novels so much, to be honest.
Because they just keep going.
Oh,
Because
here we go.
there's 15 novels.
Well, so this would be me. This may be you then too. Number 5, difficulty letting go of comfort. Games can be a safe space, a controlled environment where you feel mastery, excitement, and immersion. If you've experienced instability or unpredictability in life, you might subconsciously cling to this comfort and hesitate to end it. I think that's me. I think that's me with those long
I think
series.
that's less of me.
I like I watch the same shows. All the
Dude,
time.
okay, I will admit, guys, like watching this trailer over and over again. I mean, what you guys are talking about is great, I guess. But this game is exciting to like. I hope when we see like more of it, I don't get disappointed because the concept of this game and the story
No, it's
like
cool, dude.
feels cool,
It's
and
cool.
then like it feels. I mean, this may be a bad thing because it may take a piece of your soul, but like when the dude loses his like wife at the beat, like it feels heavy, you know,
Yeah.
this.
Dude, it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about this game. I am very interested to see what their new.
For Spicy and for anyone who suffers from what Spicy suffers from,
Back to therapy.
here are the 3 things you can do to finally finish the games and get over this hump. Get over this obstacle.
I don't want to.
Number 1, reframe endings. So see completing a game not as an ending, but as an accomplishment and the beginning of a new journey. Just reframe it in your mind. Savor the experience is tip number 2. Remind yourself that the game doesn't disappear. There's just memory. The memories and lessons that you've learned from that game are still there. And the final tip, explore your past. Consider reflecting why you're like
Go
this.
on a walk. We have a nice trail over
Maybe
here.
I'll
Go
have
on
a YouTube
walk.
channel of me exploring my past.
Consider reflecting why you're so messed up.
What causes you to do this?
Thank you, David.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. That's dude.
that.
I put my dreams into here. It nails it.
Well,
Nails it.
I mean, does it?
No. I'm actually really afraid when the army rises up
Well, they're going to know all about us.
because they know exactly. They know my deepest, darkest dreams.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
That does scare. I was not scared of robots until at the beginning of the show you said, well, you'll wake up and they're choking you to death.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, oh my gosh.
Because of a virus or something that trying to hack some virus into us.
Oh, yeah. By the way,
oh, go ahead.
why is every good game coming out of China recently? Because
It almost conflicts you a little bit, but then you're like, well, Western games suck.
because Marvel Rivals,
Excellent.
I didn't want to install that because it came from China.
Is it NetEase? Who's doing that one?
Yeah, like NetEase.
Yeah, dude, NetEase is doing so many.
I
NetEase did
Okay.
the Harry Potter mobile game.
I don't know. Can we tell you what's slightly funny about this? So, in this game, you know, since it's
Marvel Rivals.
since it's funded by the CCP,
Yeah.
you cannot say things like Taiwan or
can't say Taiwan?
free
In chat,
Hong
no.
Kong.
Like,
It blurs them out. Can't you say like kill Taiwan or something like that? Like there's a combination that it lets you say, but it doesn't.
They're yeah. He's not
you
joking.
You can't say Tiananmen Square. That one gets blurred out.
So are people just testing it, trying to break it?
People are putting all this stuff in.
That's hilarious.
But you know what? That's conflicting to me. But also, when you make a game that's fun and not about current social issues,
Yeah.
who'd have thought? You know?
Does a game?
By the way, that Psylocke skin, that's her original comic skin.
So how you guys-
That's why I bought that comic.
So wait, you guys really like a Marvel Rivals then?
Who's not? Have you seen Psylocke's skin that she has?
No, I haven't.
I'll pull it up after the
Okay.
show.
It'll convert
Just so we want to keep this a good rating show.
There are so many memes out there that are like people loading up Marvel Rivals and they're like, whatever, you know, I'm probably going to go back to Overwatch. And then they click Psylocke and they're like, no, I'm staying here.
Well, that's her. That's the
it's-
same skin that the Sega Genesis had.
Let's just say,
Can I Google it?
Go into incognito mode, man.
let's just say the game has a target audience
How do I spell
and it reaches that target audience.
psych-
PH.
PSYLOCE,
Just type in Psylocke Marvel Rivals.
and then just do skin.
Is it new?
No,
Yeah, you type in Marvel Rivals though.
Yeah, I didn't click it.
I mean, it's the
Yeah,
same skin
that's it.
that
but
she
you're
wears in
not,
the comics.
That's like halfway through her pose, so you're not seeing the full skin.
But that's her that's her outfit in the comics.
Yeah.
That's why it's phenomenal.
And a lot of people rotate it.
Jordan is a simp
Marvel
for
Rivals
this game.
though. Marvel Rivals. Huh?
It's-
I know.
yeah,
Marvel,
I
he
just-
always
who's-
tells me.
Who's not?
David, I think you would like this game a lot.
I'm sure I would.
I think it's a great game.
It looks cool from what I've seen.
If you wanted to do any sort of game stream, this is one of those games that will start careers.
Oh, really?
Look at what Overwatch did for a lot of streamers. Like most top 3% streamers, well, not most, but many of the top 3% streamers started on Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch pushed a ton of. Tim the Tatman was one of those. I can get the list, but there's a lot that did that.
Well, and being completely honest, like skins aside, the game is just incredibly well designed and fun.
This is the new Overwatch.
Yeah, it is very fun. There's a reason, and I don't think it's just a
Moon
fad
Moon.
as it stands right now. People are coming from Overwatch to play this. One, because the current Overwatch season isn't that great, but this game is just this game
better.
has staying power.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is that game. It's the next Overwatch.
Yeah. So anybody that's made a Marvel Rivals channel is crushing it. You want to know? I watched an analysis. So for instance, like let's say you like the latest, let's say Overwatch 2, for instance. Let's say Overwatch comes out with a new Overwatch. Oh, here we go. Here's a great example. Path of Exile 2. Just dropped. Bunch of people probably start new YouTube channels. Because we're so advanced, like, and there's so much content out there, do you know how many videos on average you would have to make to break into even Path of Exile 2? Because you're competing essentially against people who have already been doing it for you.
Sure.
You know, the minimum to just crack, not be full time, just crack into where you're getting, pretty decent, like 10,000 views and above per video. Do you know how many videos you know that? And keep in mind, most of these would be guides.
I'm gonna say 50,000.
Yeah.
A day.
5 per month.
No, 1,000 videos on your channel, like high value videos, before you can even crack that. Because what you're dealing with is you're dealing with everybody who covers Diablo, the OG Path of Exile, and their library over 10 years or longer. And you can't break into. It's a real issue. It's the same with streaming though. Streaming, I wouldn't, in 2025, everybody, if you have stream aspirations, good for you and good luck. I think it's not going away. It is being recalibrated. And it's been like that for a while, but it's definitely not no one's being created in 2025 on streams, I don't think.
For sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if there's a game that could launch careers, it would be this
for
one.
sure. Yeah, a lot of those games come along from time to time, and
This is a staying power game.
like
And,
Minecraft.
and it's just,
Like,
it's fun.
You know how many people that we know now that don't even cover Minecraft, but they're big because of Minecraft?
Wasn't
When they drop,
PewDiePie because of Minecraft?
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, PewDiePie was. The iMac girl, what's her? The blonde girl,
Justine?
Justine. She's Minecraft. She's
No
from
way.
Yeah, dude.
Really? Because she's like the iPhone girl. Like she does all Apple stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
she's Minecraft. There's like 4 or 5 of those people that
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was all
I
Minecraft.
thought PewDiePie was Minecraft.
Fortnite. How many people were from Fortnite?
A lot.
A lot.
There are those windows.
Overwatch had a ton.
Yeah.
It started on that game.
How many were StarCraft? StarCraft was a ton.
Well,
Hearthstone.
Well,
no,
for Kor-
StarCraft
for
was
Korea.
StarCraft was before. I mean, yeah, I guess you have Artosis.
Then have you ever gone
Destiny before he started
Destiny
doing,
was
like,
a StarCraft.
because
Yeah,
now he
that's
does
true.
like political commentary, right?
Destiny before he became a hateful cuck?
He is not a. He doesn't seem very.
He doesn't
happy.
seem like a healthy human. Let me say that.
Which is unfortunate because
Was he a good streamer?
he was a
Good StarCraft player. Yeah.
Like
was
a
a-
gamer streamer? Because I've only got introduced to him afterwards.
No, yeah. I mean, I watched him when he played StarCraft, and he was fine. He's a musician, which
Yeah,
he would
okay.
relate things to music a lot.
Well, and he started
and he
out-
built PCs.
When he stopped doing gaming, he started out really interesting. Like I would watch him, and then something broke him. Oh well, I guess I know what broke him. His wife leaving him.
that does shatter a lot
Yeah,
of people.
that would break you.
I've seen that.
But he's not recovered since then. He's kind of just spiraled, I think.
yeah.
So Destiny though is another one.
I want people to be happy.
Destiny's another one that created streamers though, or like created careers. No, not him, but I mean like the game Destiny.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
who is a Destiny streamer?
But there's there's a few in that space like Dado and Scarrow and Mr. Broman.
Okay,
You know, like there's a couple.
Elden Ring. A lot of people are saying Elden Ring.
that started stream. I know
Started
that.
careers.
We're talking about games that started careers. I don't know of a single person, but maybe I'm just out of the stream game. But I don't know of anybody's career that was started.
Now
by
I
Elden
feel like
Ring.
an old man. There's
Because
like a
fighting
new-
cowboy was a Dark Soul.
There's like a new generation of streamers that I don't know and can't relate to at all. Like
I mean,
the I Show Speed guy.
Elden Ring probably like made people like Fighting Cowboy more popular, or
Yeah,
or
but he
Vadi
was-
Vidya probably
was
got a
already
lot of
established.
popularity with Elden Ring too, because he did Vadi Vidya is actually like one of my favorites because he tells me the lore of Dark Souls. He's really good.
I enjoy those So like the gaming documentaries, like
you want
about
the
lore.
ones?
Yeah,
They're
you've seen Vadi videos, right? About Dark Souls and stuff. I would just listen to them like at work. And you're like, "Oh, that's why."
Do you want to know the
Sif is a
ones
wolf.
that I'm fascinated by? Have you ever gone down the dark hole that is the streamer documentaries of streamers that were like huge and now where they are at?
Yeah.
Like because they like made these series of decisions with their channel and like with life. Usually it's life decisions. And now they're and they always try to get back into streaming. It makes sense. They were like on top of the world, dude.
Yeah.
And they're streaming to like 50 people.
Oh wow.
One guy that I used to really like because he was just like a normal guy that hung out and did Hearthstone. And Hearthstone streams were relaxing.
Yeah.
Because you could just sit there. What was it? Like Apple Jacks or Apple? Remember?
Oh yeah, but he had some medical issues.
And mental health. He became
Which
that's
is
one
unfortunate.
they do a documentary on him. That one is like
Well,
depressing.
I think
Yeah,
the,
it's
I think
super
the
sad.
documentary. I don't know. I know one of you. I think has seen it, but the Boogie documentary.
I've not
Did
seen
you guys see that
no.
one? That one was like
Did he do that one? Who did that one?
no. Some guy did that. I subscribed to his channel, but it was like his first.
Well, there's one.
documentary on
There's
his
one
YouTube
of a
channel.
guy that like
But
skyrocketed, and now it's just like
The
playing.
Boogie one was kind of like, whoa, man.
Yeah, and then he got healthy for a while, and now he's like back into. He's just like, just does stuff for the clicks, man.
That's unfortunately how
Although
that industry
his-
kind of works.
His nudity stream when
Nudity?
Oh,
when
yeah,
Twitch
yeah.
changed
Oh,
their
yeah.
policy was so funny. Like that was hilarious
Because
Because you can't see anything.
because he was technically covered. Right.
That is a,
That was
that is a
funny.
bold move.
Yeah, that was.
Touche, my friend. That is a bold
Hey,
move.
I
We
knew-
saw him at E3. Remember?
yeah,
Did
I
we?
remember
Yeah.
that.
It was right outside the one
upstairs.
game.
It was upstairs in
No,
the
no, it was downstairs, out of the Sony booth of what is the game? We've all played it.
I saw him in the Microsoft Theater, like when they were.
Oh, you saw him in the Microsoft
It's the
Theater?
same in the same area that Jordan couldn't beat the tutorial in Forza,
And she wouldn't give you a shirt.
and she wouldn't give you a shirt because
Was it
he
a shirt?
failed
it was
the
a shirt, yeah.
Literally the tutorial. It's literally the intro to
Because
the game.
I rewound too many times. Or something,
I think back about that, and I was kind of a jerk to that guy at Ubisoft,
What guy?
the Ghost Recon guy.
I think you should probably take ChatGPT's, advice and just
Reflect.
Yeah.
Reflect.
on.
Because remember, the thing is I probably was like the nicest version, because I was just trying to have fun. I wasn't being a jerk, but imagine who he deals with.
That's true.
But I mean, it is his job, right?
Do you remember when I got kicked off the trials, the motorcycle trials game?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they
Because
asked
I
you to
suck.
leave. They were like,
Hey, you're making our game look terrible, dude.
and it was not that I sucked. I was just trying the really hard levels.
Hey, you
Get out of line, like
excuse me,
leave.
can you leave?
That's what that guy said. Man, E3.
Miss it.
Yeah, it's good. No, yeah, that was I will forever remember Jordan failing the tutorial and not getting a shirt.
she didn't give me.
And she was like, "No, you didn't win. You didn't win it,
Like,
so
I can't give it to you. You have to.
you have to win." She said, "Get back in line."
She said you can get back in line and try again. Oh, okay.
And remember, then there was the like Forza on the machine, the simulation machine right next to it, and that had a long line.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about those machines.
I have somebody show me that they just built a machine, like a race car machine,
Yeah.
for Forza. It's a family member, and it's awesome.
Is it Jordan?
It's not Jordan.
Jordan built one.
Do you still have it?
He did it with plywood.
Yeah, well, because it was annoying. Yeah. No, I did. Yeah.
He literally
Because like all
And
the
it worked.
all the tables I had were like not the right size.
Dude,
like coffee tables and stuff. And I was like,
Trailer Park Boys, baby.
That's custom.
so I went down to Home Depot and bought 3 pieces of 2x4.
Yeah,
Just made my in your garage actually. Remember, I was in your
he has
garage.
it
I put
all
together.
together.
And then like the steering
He's
wheel
like,
was
hey,
perfect
come,
height.
he's like,
Hey, come
come
try this out.
He said, "Hey, come check out my racing rig." And I go out there.
Please tell me you have pictures.
No, I do actually. Yeah, I have pictures of it. Yeah.
Who needs to
And
buy a $300 frame when you can just go and get
So I go,
$18
$6.
worth?
I go down there. I go down there and it's a freaking
It worked, didn't it?
couple of 2x4s strapped together.
Come check out my rig.
With
It did. It worked.
with a
didn't it?
kitchen chair.
Oh my
It did work.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked really good. It was like pretty cool.
I even did a little bit longer on the 2x4 so you can add the shifter later if you needed to.
Oh, you future-proofed it.
Future-proof
You can
it.
upgrade it.
What happened to that? You
It's in
still
my
have it?
garage
you
right
still
now.
have
Yeah, it's
it?
in my garage.
Show him a picture if you got a picture.
I'll have to like dig deep for it, but I have pictures.
In photo app, you can like search with words. You know.
Wow. You can search with words.
Yeah,
you can
thanks,
say.
Steve.
Wow, that tech is crazy.
You can say wood. Check out my.
I wouldn't
my
search for that. I've had experience
racing
Racing wood.
racing wood. That's when you're really enjoying the race.
It's true.
Oh
No, dude, it was legit, dude. I was impressed.
Can you search? Just search for
Dude,
wood.
I will say though, those hardcore racing rigs, like
it's getting
they're
closer.
inspiring. I don't really want the ones that move. I don't think that I don't think that simulates anything. You're just moving around.
Yeah, Blake is right. This is turning into a member
XoneBros
show
After
episode. It's after dark.
It's Stu says, I imagine it's like the Simpsons episode with the soapbox derby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's rocking it back. David Brownfield, super chat, $5. Thank you very much, David. He says there's a scene in Burn After Reading where George Clooney's character builds a marital aid and reveals it to his girlfriend in the basement. Oh man, with wood,
With 2x4s.
2x4.
$6 from Home Depot.
Home Depot. No, the best is, hey, David, come check out my racing rig.
Come check out my racing rig.
Check out my new rig. Dude, it would work for Flight Simulator.
No, it would, yeah, because I can attach
Has
those to it,
anybody
yeah.
jumped into the Flight Simulator yet? No one has. It's amazing. Well, Jordan had a little bit, but I outpilot him now.
You're a better pilot.
I'm in Forza.
You know you can search with words.
Well, oh, is that actually that it? That's
Oh
it right
my
there, yeah.
goodness. Forza, baby.
He searched for
Yeah.
wood.
Forza.
and it
I
found
told
Forza.
you.
Forza found it.
That is phenomenal. Can I show
Is
this?
there anything like in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show.
I just made it with wood.
I don't know if you can see.
There it is. Yep, there it is. That
Yeah, you're
actually,
right, 'cause I
that
grabbed
actually
the
shows it really
kitchen
good.
chair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the
the kitchen chair. See? Right in front of the TV. Pulled up with 2x. Like, that's pretty good, actually. Like, you even supported that outside.
It's got
beam.
extra support.
Yeah, you added support there with that.
And it's perfect size, too, because I
The
didn't
steering
have like
wheel
a
up
tail.
top.
Yeah.
You have a little area for your pedals below.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the text I got. Hey, man.
Come check out my racing rig. Oh man,
I went down there.
you should have stained it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, weather it.
Yeah, dude.
Throw on a coat of lacquer.
Some lacquer. Dude, isn't that how your one place caught on fire that you worked at?
Yeah, yeah.
It's
They stained the wood and threw the rags in the trash
Here's the
can.
thing, I
and
didn't
then
know-
and then covered it.
Yeah, I learned all about
then it
like
went-
alchemy by that.
Yeah, I had no idea that you couldn't do that with.
Yeah, it
With
even
the rags.
says it on the can.
It's like linseed oil, right, or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
If
And
it
they
exists-
threw
if
they threw
it's-
the rags in the trash, and then they threw other trash in the trash, and then all of a
Oxygen-
sudden,
oxygen makes rags that have linseed oil combust.
So how do you prevent it?
you water them out or dry them out.
Oh,
You
so
keep them in an open. It's because it was like
You don't
compact-
put it in a garbage can and leave the building.
Yeah, it's because like the heat built and it was covered and it just spontaneous combustion. So like I actually learned a lot about like spontaneous combustion is a real thing. Oh, also, propane tanks for flamethrowers. I learned that too from the firefighter. So
It doesn't shoot across. It just.
well, so what happened was
and they put it.
the fire. Yeah, there was propane tanks back there too. So it was really bad
also
combination.
That's
Yeah.
also on the thing. Don't put this next to
Was your
gas
server?
cans.
Was your server room okay?
Yeah, like literally an actual firewall was like
Was what stopped it?
Yeah, like it was
firewall in the server room.
it was literally the firewall.
What was it? Just extra thick drywall?
Yeah, it was literally like
And
it
what is it,
literally
like
became the now.
It's like an hour rate. It's like hours.
The
rating.
fans had like tons of like gook in it from smoke.
Yeah.
But I remember the firefighters. They were like the owners or the service techs or server people were like high-fiving the firefighter because they're like, hey man, great aim, because he like avoided the server like with the hose. He was like no. And he like no he can't, and he was like he had it. It was excellent aim. Wow. But no, so the firefighter was telling me, because he was like, what did it was the propane tanks went off, and that's where like the heat just got out of control.
Because it probably would have just burned, done a little bit of damage, but just in that. Well,
it would have burned, yeah. And but the propane tanks went off because of the heat, and that's what like amplified it to like times a million.
Yeah.
But he said, but everything did what it was supposed to do, because you know.
Do you have sprinklers in that building?
No. Oh. So he goes, but he says, yeah, when a propane tank gets too hot, there's a safety valve that releases it, so it just shoots out, and it's a flamethrower. And I felt like an idiot, but I raised my hand and I was like, "Oh, why would they do that?" Well, because it's like, why, like,
because it'll explode.
Yeah, and he says, "Well, it's either a flamethrower or a bomb."
Or a bomb.
And I was like, "Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
we'll take the flamethrower."
Yeah.
But yeah, learned a lot that day.
Hey, remember when you guys mocked me that you could search photos?
That
for
was really
text?
funny. Yeah,
that was actually
And then
really.
I said, "Hey, search Forza."
Use
and
word, but
boom.
no, I mocked you for saying you
Use
can
words.
search by using words.
Yeah. How come it used Forza there? Is it because Forza's on the TV?
It's on the TV
I
screen.
wonder. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Like that's. Oh, it actually says Forza. Yes, it does. Forza is in the
Yeah,
picture.
I'm telling you, I've done it lots of times.
Yeah, that's my racing rig. I still have it. It's in my garage
The
right
most
now.
searchable, the most.
I think we are. We are the trailer park boys, guys.
No, really, like 7. But I already
All
had the
grown
chair.
up.
I already had the chair, so I didn't have to pay for that. But yeah, that was.
Who would I be? Am I Bubbles? I have the worst eyesight.
I've never watched Trailer Park Boys, but people tell me it's hilarious.
It's the first like mockumentary show that it's very funny.
Yeah, people tell me it's hilarious.
It's like what I don't know if it started like mockumentaries. I think it was before The Office, but there are things in that show that I think it's one of the greatest like written shows, because so much of it is ad-libbed. It has to be ad-libbed. It's just random.
Wait, that's the one with the dude with like he's a big meme now. The funny looking
The Bubbles.
glasses.
I think his name's Bubbles. Yeah, because I have the poorest eyesight out of all three of us, and he's funny, man.
You're Bubbles.
I'm Bubbles.
You're Bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. The most searched for thing in my photo is Gigantor. Sorry. The only reason I know that.
Or simp.
Or simp.
Hey,
I wonder what would happen if I said, yeah,
Let's see what comes up. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious if it's a picture of someone in your photo amp. Simp.
Oh, it's all like
It's math.
Math.
it's all like weird
homework.
It's all like weird screenshots.
Kids math homework.
Kids math, yeah.
What are your kids learning?
Alrighty.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
that
was a good show.
Hey, on our way out, while the outro music plays, I would like to say the Apple TV app is probably the most snobbish TV app of all of the streaming services on the planet. Like, it's a bit much, Apple. And I enjoy Apple, but there's a culture there that I don't fit in with.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find like your list.
You just
Yeah.
on the way out. You're not. You don't plug anything. You don't do anything. You just have to hammer some sort of.